the Lord laid it on everybody's heart, and it just made a way for all this stuff to happen. And so we just started inviting people to come over, and we've got kids, and I don't know how many counties come. Do you?
Probably 7 or 8 counties, I'd say.
And it's kind of blossomed.
Regular.
We've got, I guess you would call a clone, some friends of ours that helped, and then they do one in another county now, and they've got some churches support. So it's just a need that we saw kids needed something, and the Lord, well, horses was all I knew. Kim knows quite a bit more, but that's just what we did.
There's a spirituality with horses, though. There's a lot of, I don't know, there's something about a horse.
Well, I told Paul last night, we don't eat them. So that they meant, that was the only thing I could really think the difference.
Well, I mean, some people.
Well, they do. There's some odd people.
In certain countries, I guess.
They say it's pretty good. I don't know.
Let me tie all that in a knot. Brother Paul went on a round about 13, 14 years ago. Here in Kentucky through Kentucky Baptist, and Brother Paul came to Princeton first time, I think it was 13 years ago in September.
Well, that's been a minute.
Yeah, and he's been here every year since, whether that's at the prison, Job Corps, whatever. And so Brother Paul makes it a yearly opportunity. But out of that, as you can see, for those of you that are listening tonight, you need to come out and be a part of this, because there is a community of folks, and God is doing a work, because not only is he presenting this in a display for us, but it draws people together for encouragement and challenge, and you don't need to miss it. So, Brother Paul, tell them where you been, where you going.
Well, we go where we're invited. We never call and really ask, can we come anywhere? And we go where we're invited. This year been kind of quite a different year. We started off January in Florida, and of course it's warmer down in that way, and then we go all over the United States. And then in March, the disaster hit, and of course we stayed home for about a month, and then we started back, and I went all the way. I worked my way all the way up to Montana and back. I did 29 by myself up that way this year, and so far we've done 62 demonstrations, I think. And we've had 26 cancelizations, and I've got about 10 more to do before the year's up. But God turned my life around with a horse. Ain't nothing special about me. I'm just an old long-nosed, gray-headed country boy. That's all I am. And God said, I want you to go and share with others what I've showed you about yourself through this horse. So I say these horses are a mirror with hair on it. Normally, my wife goes with me. Her mom's not doing good, so she stayed home. My daughter and son-in-law, and I got 2 grandsons, and normally they go, but other things, hurricane hit the house the day before we left. I was there Thursday, and that's when the hurricane hit, and then Friday I left. I left them without electricity. It's kind of hard to drive off, but God said, I want you to go. So here I am, and we just want to invite everybody to come out. There's more about a horse I don't know than what I do know, so we'll all learn together tonight. Everywhere we go, they bring us a different horse. So this is not a dog and pony show. Whatever you see is what you get. So I have no way of censoring it. I have no way of cutting out what I don't want people to see. So as you there, what you see is what you get. So you never know. So come on out and be with us tonight, and we're just going to lift up the Lord. I'm not a preacher. I'm just a happy customer. We do have a ministry out of it, and God has just said, I want you to go and share. So we thank the people around here and everybody for allowing us to come and inviting us out. And so we want you to come too.
Well, now I got to ask, have you been over there for the last week giving this horse sugar cubes and sweetening him up? Is that what you've been doing?
I have not seen the horse. I never see the horse. They say, how soon do you want the horse? I say 10 minutes before we start. So I never see these horses. Now, we do ask for a young horse one. It hadn't been rim wrecked, if you please. Now, we've had a lot of older horses on this trip. Yeah. So you never know what you get. And so come out. It's exciting, and we'd love to have you.
I think the older we get, the more stubborn and set in our ways we get. So, yeah, younger would probably be good.
Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to teach olders what is that, old dog, new tricks?
Yeah.
That don't work well sometimes. But, it's a whole lot of fun. And Harold, now you were talking about how much it's like, I don't know, $150 a ticket to get in, right?
No, it's absolutely free.
What?
Yeah, Brother Paul has never, when he first started, I know this as a first-hand experience. When he started out, he just left the barn with the trailer and headed out, and God's taking care of that. So there's no requirement on you. Just come out about 5:30, get a something from the concession stand. That's going to help the Fredonia Valley Riding Club, and we're grateful for them partnering with us to do this. And if you've not been out, it's a fantastic facility, and many people may have gone out 15, 20 years ago, and there was nothing wrong with it then, but they have done much on energizing what's going on out there and having several events. And so the partnership for this is great. But here's what I would tell you. It's absolutely free. If you want to support what Brother Paul and them's doing, he's not going to reject that. But at the end of the day, he asks nothing, doesn't look for anything, and God always blesses that. So it's definitely up to the Lord for that to happen, and it's a good thing when you watch and see God's blessing on it. So,
well, and it's nice to be able to take the whole family too. It's something that
family oriented thing. Yeah.
Well, and you don't have to worry about being embarrassed with your kids sitting beside you. It's a good, solid message, and it's a good family show, and it's nothing that you have to worry about. Oh my goodness, am I going to have to cover Johnny's eyes? I mean, it's or stick your finger in their ears. I mean, the mamas, that's what we do, the ear muff thing with our hands all the time, but. We don't have to worry about any of that.
Well, and it's cool. It's fall. It's going to be outside.
Honey weather, Harold.
COVID's not a problem. You can come out, bring your lawn chairs, and separate yourself, enjoy what's going on, and be blessed in the process. And so there shouldn't be any reason for folks not to come out and be a part of what's going on.
I do have to remind you, that's a good point. Bring your lawn chairs.
Yes.
Because there is a little bleacher space, but there's not a ton. And I will tell you that Fredonia Valley Riding Club is a beautiful facility. It's been kept up. It is clean. Their concessions are clean. They really try to go all out to make sure that it's kept up and kept nice. And we appreciate that. It's a great place to take the family. Plenty of places to park. Yep. It's used to having horse trailers all over the spot, all over the place. So we only need one horse trailer tonight, right, to get you a horse. That's all we need. Yeah, right. So the rest of them ought to be able to turn the rig around pretty easy, right?
Yeah, one of the locals is bringing the horse. My understanding is it's a 2-year-old, and I think folks will be interested in watching what happens with that. And so don't miss it. And
if it's a 2-year-old Mustang, it believes it's bulletproof. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah. Yes, this one was I think he adopted it in Eddyville last year at the Bureau of Land Management adoption event, which Kim and I were not there. We were the one before that, and they were some nice horses. So this is guaranteed Mustang straight off the range. I think this one may be from one of the herds in Nevada, I think is what he said.
Well, now, how did you two get hooked up with Paul Daly?
Well, that's another one of those stories.
You hit the jackpot.
Oh, I know.
Man.
Listen, I know it. I had never seen Paul, but we started Cowboy Up, and I actually had in my lack of computer wisdom, Googled something. And it popped up, The Round Pen of Life, which I read, and I thought, I can work with this. It made sense to me. It's about the Lord, but it tied it to a horse, and it gave us some direction with Cowboy Up. Several years later, Kim came to Cowboy Up, and she had actually, I believe you had seen Paul.
I had, before Brad and I got married, I had a friend that I worked with, and her church hosted Paul. And when I saw the horse lay down in the round pen, that really changed my life, and it made me look for ways to serve. And so I came to serve at Cowboy Up and through that ministry. So it is a powerful thing, and that's been about 10 years ago, and I'm still serving. So I just really want to encourage everybody to come out and see this, because it really does change your life.
I'm going to tell you, I have chased a horse for 2 hours before and still never got it around its neck, Paul. I don't. And you're talking about it. I mean, it's taken me a good 4 to 6 to get one in a trailer before it. You're talking about laying down in the arena.
And what
Because
she's
it
not
wants
telling
to.
you all is that was out in front of Walmart one time.
Well, it
Really?
Sonic actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's been a minute. So I mean, how in the world? I mean, so you're going to have this horse laying down.
Well, not all of them will do it, and I don't make them. I just ask them to. And that's just like God. He wants us to work for Him. He wants us to totally surrender our life to Him, and it is such a powerful example, not for what I do, but for how the horse learns to surrender, how it's all for the good of the horse. God wants only what is good for us, and if we will surrender our life totally to Him, then He can change our life. He can, I don't care. I've been all over the United States this year. People are scared everywhere. They don't know where to turn. They don't know what to do. People tell them, do this, go hide in your closet and this. But God said, don't do. I'm not the God of fear. I'm the God of go forward. And He said, put on the whole armor and keep them marching forward. God's armor is not in the rear of anything. When we turn, the devil's got us. So we have to advance. And so that's why I'm here. I will leave here. We were supposed to work our way back across Mississippi and Arkansas all the way to Oklahoma. But some of them have had to cancel, and so I will bounce home, and then I'll be in Oklahoma next week. So God said, I want you to go. I want you to share. I want you to tell people, look, I'm still in control. Don't be scared. Pick your head up, put your faith in me, and everything's going to work out.
You've been called the horse whisperer before.
Well, yes, I have. I don't really like that. I don't whisper. I speak loud and clear.
I started to say,
yeah.
you don't sound very whispery to me.
And so, The Horse Whisperer is a movie.
Yeah.
This is for real. And so God just says, listen, I just want you to go and share the good news of the gospel. And my friends, listen, He is the answer. He is the answer. People say, why do you travel all over the country? We've been doing this for 23 years now. And we've done 2,460 of these. I know because I have a record of it. But people say, why do you go? Why do you leave your family and do all this? I go because I have the answer. I am not the answer, but Jesus Christ is. And so if I can just tune people into Him, it'll help them through all the crisis, every problem they've ever had.
Where'd your job got real easy today, Harold?
Amen.
Why are you here?
Moral
Why
support.
are me
Yeah,
and you
just
here?
cheerleading. Hallelujah. I get
I'm
to be a
just here
part
to
of
push a
it.
button.
Just to be honest, that's how we flow at HR Ministries. I just have fun because here's the deal: we just get to be a part of what God's doing. For 13 years plus, other things have happened, and people ask. As Paul said, I didn't ask him to come. God just crossed our path 13 years ago because of what was going on, and our door is always open. And there have been years that we haven't done it publicly here, but we've done it in the prison, Job Corps, because of that. And to watch how God will use a four-legged animal and a man in the middle of a round pen. And just to be honest with you, I've never been on a horse. I ain't getting on a horse. I don't like
Never?
hanging out. No,
Maybe
ain't
that's
got nothing to
who
do with
you
the
need
horse.
There's who you need to whisper to, Paul, right there. It might take a hot
No, you had to
poker.
yell at me. You had to yell at me. And
You got a hot stick? Did you bring one with you?
No, I didn't say nothing about not being around a hot stick before. But I did. It's just like when we've had the liberty to minister at Soul Quest, or when we deal with the motorcycle riders at Sturgis. Listen, I don't have to be an astronomer to let people know that through what God created, you can get saved. I don't have to have a motorcycle to go hang out with dudes that are on the back of a motorcycle that are looking for freedom, to let them know that Jesus is the freedom. I don't have to know nothing about a horse to watch a horse turn from where it is to into something that God would have it do, to be able to share the gospel. So that's why we're doing what we're doing, and I always enjoy it because there's other folks that get involved, and people call it networking. I don't like that word. I like net weaving, because here's the deal: working ain't no fun. Here's the reality. God's already.
I don't know. My job's pretty cool.
Yeah, but God's already doing some stuff, and when he takes what everybody's doing and weaves it together, He's making a picture that only He knows what the end result is, but we get to see it. And so I've never met them before, but I'm grateful for what they're doing up there, and our spirits bear witness with one another. And
Well, I
get
have
to meet
heard
them
of their
tonight.
organization before, and you guys are doing a great job.
And so, and you never know, when you're following the Lord, you never know what you're going to run into. but you can always guarantee this, that it's something good that he's got desiring for you. And so tonight, come out and watch this horse and see what God does. And, it'll be a blessing because God given us the liberty to bring here to our community. And, I hope that folks don't miss out on it. I know that there are other things and activities going on, but at the same time, people are saying, what can we do? I'm bored. I'm sitting at the house. I've been locked up, blah, blah. Come out, sit in the air, don't get around nobody, watch the horse, and be blessed. That's all I can tell you.
Fredonia Valley Riding Club, 6 o'clock.
5:30 if you want a good sandwich.
Maybe 5:30, come on in.
Yeah, bring a lawn chair.
Bring a lawn chair. Got good concessions. Be hungry. Of course, Cowboy Up, Brad and Kim Hornsby. Any relation to Bruce, I got to ask.
Well, until he got rich and famous, and then he's quit showing up at the reunions. I don't know how. I don't. Well, we keep hoping he'll have it at his place, but you know how that goes. Yeah.
I'd love for y'all to come back too. But Cowboy Up, remind us where you're located at.
We're in McKee, Kentucky. They can find us on Facebook at Cowboy Up for Christ, and then also we have a website that is KentuckyByHorse.com. So that covers not only the Cowboy Up for Christ, but the other programs we do. We do pack trips, we do day rides, we have a campground and do other things like that.
I have an idea they'll be back down here for something.
Oh, we will.
Well,
we travel with Paul a lot, and I love Western Kentucky. And
yeah.
We love you right back. And Paul Daly, keep coming back. You said that you come when you get an invitation. Well, you're invited.
Well, thank you. You need to check Brad and Kim out. Go and participate with them. Go on a pack trip. Go camping. They'll take you.
That was a good time.
In the Daniel Boone National Forest.
You don't get much prettier
place.
than that.
Be at the end when they get out.
And we don't have, nobody has given the Rona to a horse yet, so you do not have to wear a mask.
There you go. Yeah. Well, just don't kiss on it.
That's true. They don't like being kissed on, not by strangers.
Yeah.
You got to get to know them for a while.
I think so.
And Miss Tess, before we get off here, I need to remind folks, because there's not a lot of men that signed up yet, but Real Momentum's men's event.
Leas Jones.
October the 1st, 6:30, good food. Ronnie Smith to be there. So men, get your group together, bring them on, and we're going to see what God has for us in a message in that process. So actually, Keith Boggs is in town today. I'll be having a meeting with him. So don't miss out on it, and challenge one another. Listen, the more difficult this old world looks, and the circumstances with elections and riots, and I know Louisville's on whatever they call that, a national emergency right now because of the jury trial and all the rest that's going on. Here's the deal. There's only one answer. Brother Paul said it is Jesus, and we need to come together. We need to strengthen one another, pray for one another, encourage one another. So be a part of it. Again, 6 o'clock tonight, Fredonia Valley Riding Club. If you want to know how to get there, go to 16848 Marion Road. That is the address for the Mennonite Church.
Here you go. If you want to know how to get there, go toward Fredonia. It's on your right before you get to Fredonia. You get to Fredonia, you went.
You had to come back, and there'll be big lights on. But here's the deal: it's on Dalton Road. But my fear in people plugging in Dalton Road is if they don't put Dalton Road, Fredonia, Kentucky, they'll end up in Dalton, which is in Hopkins County, which is there's no horses there.
This is in Caldwell County, Highway 91 North.
So just go out Marion Road when you pass the Pleasant Valley grocery store thing. Start looking to your right, and when you come up across the hill, it'll be sitting right there in front of you.
It is beautiful. 1580 103.3 WPKY Princeton. Of course, don't forget we've also got a volleyball game that's going to be live on the air tonight, broadcast, so you can listen to that. Take it with us worldwide. Let's see here. The Caldwell County Lady Tigers are going to be up against the Christian County ladies. So, hey, we on worldwide. So come on to see us. You can see us out at there. You can see us at the ball game. You can also see us at Tiger Stadium as the middle school boys have a football game. So pick and choose. It's going to be a beautiful day. Be kind to one another. 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Fredonia Valley Bank.
Well, speaking of Fredonia, our WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast brought to you by Fredonia Valley Bank. They've been there for a long time. How about 100 years or so? Mostly cloudy, high 72 tonight. Mostly cloudy. Going to be a gorgeous night to do, well, whatever you decide to do. It's going to be pretty. Low around 56. Tomorrow, cloudy and 73. And then on Thursday, chance of showers and storms about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Other than that, mostly cloudy, high 72. Cloudy overnight, Thursday night into Friday. Of course, we do have a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorm lingering around. Again, about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That must be the magic number. High 77. Gorgeous weekend in store. We'll tell you more about that coming up. Miss Audrey Lamb and Todd's got sports. 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Celebrating 70 years of community service. We're 1580, 103.3 WPKY Princeton.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. American coronavirus deaths are projected to reach 200,000 today, and cases are rising in 28 states, according to the Johns Hopkins University numbers. President Trump says at a rally in Swanton, Ohio.
Now we know it affects elderly people with heart problems and other problems. If they have other problems, that's what it really affects. That's it.
Joe Biden says about the president's coronavirus response.
He just wasn't up to it. He froze. He failed to act. He panicked. And America's paid the worst price of any nation in the world.
Biden campaigning in Manitowoc, Wisconsin. As of now, it appears President Trump has enough